Life is beautiful with romance. This emotion that is special to all of us is what makes us live better. People say romance makes a couple forget everything. Your days become brighter and moments ecstatic. So what if you elope to that distant place, where romance is in the air, and all you speak is in the language of love? Let us find out some places that best suits you for a lovely romantic date. New York City. Why is it romantic? New York is the city that never sleeps. There's always something to eat, see or do as a couple. It may be huge and it may be chaotic, but we love New York. Start off with a stroll in Central Park. What could be more romantic than that? Step into your favorite romantic comedy on the streets of New York City. Get as close to Cloud 9 as possible at the top of the Empire State Building, or the Rockefeller Center. Fall in love all over again on a carriage ride, or boating on the lake. Hang around and see if you can witness one of the many marriage proposals that take place at these iconic New York locations. See works of art at the Guggenheim or the MoMA, fall in love on Broadway or snuggle up close on the Staten Island Ferry. Visit Brooklyn Bridge at dusk, just when the lights of the Manhattan skyline start twinkling. A kiss there for sure will be a moment no one can forget. Bruges, Belgium. Walking into Bruges is like stepping into a real-life fairy tale. Here, the intimate lanes almost require hand-in-hand walks. Take a boat ride through the canals. Hop on a horse-drawn carriage from Market Square. Check out the food and flower market. Cycle along the canals to the historic village of Dam. And visit Minwater Park, to see the swans in the aptly named Lake of Love. If your knees don't go weak at the words, UNESCO-listed World Heritage Site, maybe they will, after a few Belgian beers at Charlie Rocket's or Bauhaus Bar. It is impossible to not think of romance when visiting this magical village, which also boasts a UNESCO-protected historical center, this time dating back to medieval times. Cobblestone streets are lined with picturesque buildings that contain boutiques, chocolate shops and eateries. Explore the medieval city streets by foot or boat. Feed each other handmade local chocolates, visit the Lake of Love, or head up the 366 steps of the Belfry for spectacular views. Quaint houses, windmills, and medieval streets set a fairy tale scene. Right. Bruges is one of the most romantic destinations in the world. Florence, Italy. A trip to Florence is a necessity for a pair of fashion, or art lovers. Florence oozes charm, romance, and the chance to indulge in some of Italy's finest cuisine and wines. Ignore the tourists and wander down cobblestone streets that offer glimpses of the River Arno, cathedrals, and stone bridges. Relax in one of the seating niches on the Ponte Vecchio, stroll through the Boboli Gardens, admire Botticelli masterpieces at the Uffizi, climb Giotto's Bell Tower, and soak in panoramic city views from Piazzale Michelangelo. The home to Italian Renaissance, Florence is Italy's delighted land. Have that most romantic date in the tranquility of this city, with a walk through the majestic Arno River. Witness a romantic sunset at Piazzale Michelangelo, that overlooks the terracotta roof cityscape, with a 360-degree view of the multicolored Duomo Cathedral. The city that is embellished with captivating architectural masterpieces, will for sure make you people fall in love once again. Kyoto, Japan. Japan, how we love you. Kyoto's historic shrines, castles, and temples are laid out in imperial gardens that are simply breathtaking, especially during cherry blossom season or when the red, yellow, and orange hues of autumn dominate the landscape. Kyoto is considered one of Japan's most romantic cities, with beautiful temples, and those iconic torii gates. with many tranquil outdoor spots like the Kyoto Botanical Gardens, where you can see cherry blossom trees from March to April. Kyoto is designed to be enjoyed by lovers. Kyoto and Tokyo can be crowded, but if you make sure to have an escape in a ryokan, all the crowds and chaos will melt away. Cherry blossoms attract romantic couples to Japan, and Kyoto is the #1 spot. Stay in a traditional ryokan, and sleep on plush futons on tatami floors, bathe at an authentic bathhouse like Funoka Onsen, follow the Philosopher's Stroll, which takes you to the Temple of the Silver Pavilion, and take a day trip to Nara, where you can feed deer by hand. A spa day the Japanese way should also be on the itinerary, with many great public hot springs on hand. The Tenzo-no-yu is recognized as the best in the region. Be prepared for crowds, but it is one of the most beautiful scenes you will ever see. Quebec City, Canada. It's North America's most European city, and if you want an old-fashioned romantic getaway, this is the place to go. Its UNESCO-protected historic district of Old Quebec, which dates back to the 18th century, is especially romantic with its whimsical architecture, charming boutiques and galleries, and Quebec Winter Carnival. Quebec City is a place to get lost in the cobblestone streets of the old city. Take a horse carriage ride, or walk along the St. Lawrence River. Quebec City just may be the only city that gets better in the winter. Meander in and out of trendy shops and jazz bars, or go ice skating at the outdoor rink at Palais Montcalm. Afterwards, warm up with hearty Quebecois cuisine, or the province's famous greasy spoon-style poutine. Quebec City is one of those cities that makes you feel as if you want to do something grand. It is here that you must cuddle up with your loved one in a big old grand hotel, eat decadent French food, and enjoy drinks at La Concorde while overlooking the city skyline. Yeah, Quebec is pure romance. Marrakesh, Morocco. With the Sahara Desert to one side and the Atlas Mountains to the other, Marrakesh's romantic backdrop makes it one of the most popular cities for couples to visit. Get lost while shopping for treasures in the city's souks around Jma, and fill up on mint tea to ease those pesky butterflies you get in your stomach looking at your beau. Stay in a riad in this Moroccan city, and see how sheiks and Bedouins lived. Get lost in the maze of streets in the Medina, and buy your loved one a trinket in the souks. Its landscape also happens to be breathtaking, with palm trees aplenty, and views of the Atlas Mountains and Sahara Desert in the distance. Marvel at the Bahia Palace, Qalbia Mosque, and the Sadian tombs. Ride a camel or a horse through the dunes of the Palmyra at the foot of the Atlas Mountains. Get lost in the labyrinthine Jemma and surrounding souk. Stay in a Moorish-style traditional riad, and share fresh dates right off the tree. If you want to take your lover on a journey they'll never forget, enjoy a hot air balloon flight or camel ride through the dunes of Palmyra, an oasis just outside the city. End your day overlooking Juma from a rooftop patio, as watch the sunset while sweet peppermint tea with your sweetie. Nothing says romance more than an exotic destination. Marrakesh was made for romance. Venice, Italy. No list encapsulating romance in Europe would be complete without mention of the city of Venice. The magical charm of Venice is unrivaled and undeniable. Over the years, Venice has managed to flip even the most adamant critics to worshippers, thanks to its scenic canals and snuggly gondolas. Venice awaits you with charming bridges, and fascinating beaches that you won't find anywhere else. Experience a wonderful time amid the narrow lanes of this fairyland, where life is way beyond magical. The numerous canals with gondolas, those cruise ships and some less traveled side streets, everything is blissful at this Italian land of palazzos and piazzas. feel the triumph of joy as you pass through those routes between Rialto Bridge and Piazza San Marco. The romance seemed to be filled up in every nook and cranny of Venice, and as the name suggests, this land is a must-visit heaven for lovers. Walk over the more than 350 bridges in the city, and admire the reflection of the elegant buildings in the water of the canals. Enjoy the opulence of St. Peter's Basilica or head to the colorful island of Burano. If there is any time left, why not follow in the footsteps of Casanova, and explore the sights of his amorous adventures? Venice tops the polls as Italy's most romantic city. Its gondola rides past historic palazzos are hard to beat. Many of these boat rides even include a serenade for you and your lover. In the evening, find a quiet spot to watch the sunset. The pink-hued sky reflected in the lagoon is quite a sight to behold, before enjoying a canal-side candlelit dinner. First-time visitors should hop over to Murano to learn the history of the city's stunning glassworks. Return travelers, however, should try to get lost off the beaten track. Barcelona, Spain. The romantic movie, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, showed the passion and romance of Spain. Barcelona is romantic just by viewing its architecture. Barcelona is a cosmopolitan couple's dream. Fuel up on tapas in La Barceloneta's seaside cafes, before walking through the winding Barri Gothic, and climbing Gaudi's surreal Sagrada Familia, or the vibrant Parkville. Stop by one of the city's famous markets, La Boqueria or Santa Caterina, for fresh foods and great coffee. Barcelona is as chill as it is vibrant, and in the course of one romantic evening you can sip drinks, and eat tapas on a rooftop bar, and then frolic on the beach, while witnessing a picturesque sunset minutes later. Fantastic architecture, interesting history, unforgettable sunsets and out-of-this-world food. How could you go wrong? You'll fall in love with this city and each other, every time. Rome, Italy. We could make an entire romantic cities list out of Italy alone. Florence, Pisa, Bologna, Positano, they are all worthy of being on any romantic city lists. But there is something special about Rome. The history and the beauty of ancient ruins, strewn through the modern metropolis. Rome is famously romantic for its opera, ballet and quaint, hidden cafes. But it's the food that makes this city romantic. Falling in amour in Rome is guaranteed, and that's just with the gelato. Take a food tour to get acquainted with the cuisine of Rome, and be sure to stroll along the river. Explore Rome's highlights, the Pantheon, the Colosseum, the Spanish Steps. Just don't forget to wish for everlasting love at the Trevi Fountain. Fly to this fairy abode hand in hand with your loved one, stroll along its streets and throw coins into the Trevi Fountain together. Watch the sunset with a glass of Prosecco, before heading in search of some of that good old-fashioned debauchery Caesar and his mates did so well in Campo de Fiore, or Piazza Trelasa in Trastevere. Visit the Basilica Santa Maria and the Sistine Chapel, admire the Pantheon and Colosseum, and take in the artworks at the Borghese Gallery. Afterward, head to the Trevi Fountain to wish for a return trip with your partner, and admire thousands of other fountains scattered across the city. A majestic land, a dream paradise for thousands of couples, the city of Rome is indeed the other name for romance. Who doesn't want to enjoy a romantic date at this eternal land, and wake up to its sunrises? Paris, France. Paris, the city of light, the city of amour, the city of love. It may seem cliché, but we don't care. Being the city of love, Paris is as romantic as it gets. Everywhere you turn, a picture-perfect moment awaits, strolling along the Seine, sharing a crepe, walking hand-in-hand through a museum. Visiting the Eiffel Tower come dusk is an absolute must-do too, all the more beautiful when its sparkling lights dazzle onlookers for a few minutes on the hour. Time your romantic moment accordingly. Take the metro up to the cobblestone streets of Montmartre and see the view from Sacré-Cœur. Spend a day marveling at the Latin Quarter's architecture, or take a stroll through the Tuileries garden dotted with bronzed sculptures and fountains. Lovebirds should take a trip to the Temple of Love and share a kiss. Legend has it that couples who kiss at the temple will experience a stronger love and relationship. Whether you're smooching beneath the Eiffel Tower, sauntering along the Seine, or cycling to a picnic in Luxembourg Gardens, with a basket full of buttery pastries from Boulangerie Utopie, Paris can't fail to make you say ooh la la. Just a word of advice: if you are in a long-term relationship and not planning on proposing, you may want to save Paris for another time. Paris is never short on beauty, history, or diversions for even the most discerning couple. These cities are indeed the true romantic gateways of the world. And never miss a trip to these romantic cities for a lovely holiday with your special someone. Grab your tickets and just fly to these romantic getaways. The planet is yours, and let's celebrate love. What do you think? Did we get the list right? Do you have a romantic city we should add? Let us know in the comment, and we will create another video to show your suggestions to everyone.